Welcome to the 10th year of the VAHL. I hope you're excited as I am. Happy July 1st to the GMs from your commissioner, Felix. Today, we'll be doing the draft lottery. But before we go into that, I wanted to first congratulate the teams from last year. So first, we have a congratulations to the Jason Golden Knights, the mastermind himself. Congratulations on an Oriental Cup, well deserved. And of course, we have Mr. Svechnikov for the PM trophy. I'm pretty sure if you had Svechnikov for the playoffs, we wouldn't be laughing at your first round exit as per usual. But, c'est la vie. There's always next season, as they say. And what a season it will be heading into our 10th year. So we're going to do a draft lottery in just a little bit. But I wanted to go through some really high level changes we're making to the league this year, effective immediately. So as you know, I'll be taking over as commissioner moving forward. And the former commissioner, Lowe, the dictator that he is going to run his own team, my old team. So that would be effective immediately. If you want to make trades with him, just know he's taking over for my team. Second of all, we want to make players and this league a little bit more active. And a couple ways that I want to do that is one, we want to adjust the scoring system a little bit more and also make some of the player pickups a little bit less restrictive. So there's a wider pool of players that people can choose from. One of the couple things I realized over the last couple of years is number one, goal scorers don't get the accolade that they deserve. So someone like Ovechkin, Pasternak, Jason Robertson, etc. Great goal scorers, but in our fantasy league, they're kind of bunched up with the players who have racked up tons of assists, like the old Backstroms, the new age Rob Thomases, etc. Quinn Hughes, like great power play, secondary assists, point producers, but goal scorers are supposed to be a dime a dozen. So we've revamped, we tweaked the scoring categories just by a little bit. It's not finalized by any stretch, but we're looking at adjusting goals to 1.25, and shots on goals are a little bit tweaked higher, but everything else kind of stays the same. The other scoring stat that we are also changing would be the plus minus. Traditionally, a lot of players on bad teams just don't get any play at all. So, like, you look at Clay and Keller or anyone on now, I guess, the New Age Blackhawks, they have a lot of terrible plus minus players, and those tend to sink their averages a lot in our league. And so we were revising plus minus. I looked at kind of abolishing it as a whole, but in a scoring league, you kind of need that variance. So we tweaked plus minus to be half of what it was. And another quick changes, I thought it'd be fun. Should have been done anyways, but goalies should have scoring stats counted. So if you have a goalie who made an assist, that's going to count towards your weekly totals. If they get a goal, I've rated it 2 times more as a player goal, because those are going to be rare. You maybe see that once a year now. And if you hit it, I think you should be rewarded. So like an all-mark goal last year should count as 2.5. At the end of the day, it's not really going to swing a week, but it's just a nice little consolation prize for having a goalie who scored a goal. That should be pretty cool. Wins have stayed the same, but we've added shutouts, and we've decreased the penalty for shots against, goals against, because we should, having a shutout and also reducing goals against should see goalies come back to play moving forward. Because previously, pretty obvious that other than like Vasilevsky, Shesterkin, you never keep any goalies, right? They're never any consideration, and there's no when you're drafting goalies, you're really just dumping them and churning them. So we want to have a little bit more thought to goalies you pick up. There might be goalies we're keeping and actually using a keeper slot on, and they're going to see a little bit more play for this year. Speaking of keepers, I know the old commissioner hinted that keeper slots are decreasing for this year, and that's holding true. So last year and the years before, keeper slots were 8. Um, Moving forward this year, effective immediately, you have 7 keepers. And we're going to put a vote to decrease the keepers by 1 each year until it gets to like 5, maybe. So next year, we're going to have a vote for keepers next year to decrease that to 6, and whether we want to keep ramping that down by 1 each year until we get to 5 ish. Because, yeah, like hoarding players and whatnot makes the league less accessible, and yeah, it helps with the churn and making things more competitive. Speaking of competitive, also, the league cap is looking to stay the same. So if I go to roster and we're looking at this old roster, so last year's cap was at 3.6 mil prior to the trade deadline. We're gonna probably keep that at 3.6 mil because goalie stats have kind of increased the value of goalies. Player stats have pretty much remained the same unless you're carrying a lot of goal scorers, which might be actually a good thing for you. Um, so the only adjustment is goalies have gone are worth more, so they're taking up a little bit more on your active slot. But as a result, uh, each player kind of averages out other to the same. Uh, and finally, we can also trade cap. If cap is really restricting a team, you can actually go and trade your cap budget moving forward just for the year. So let's say you have 3.6 and you're a team that's um, going to fall out the playoffs space and you have extra cap you want to give, you can trade that for the rest of the year for players or picks or whatever. So it adds a little bit of, uh, you know, negotiate extra negotiation and elements towards trades. So that's a quick overview of some of the immediate changes we'll see. I will make a separate video to go over exactly what else will be done, and we'll also throw it in the group chat. But that's kind of the high level stuff. Also, yeah, for the rookies, I'm gonna make them available for pickup throughout the season. So there's no rookie restrictions. The only thing is you can only win the rookie slash Calder prize, the $25 um, award each year if you drafted a rookie. So if you had Beniers last year, if but you picked him up off free agency, that prize no one gets awarded that prize because he wasn't drafted. But let's say if you had Beniers and you dropped them, I don't know why, but you dropped them and someone else picked them up, um, then yeah, that will still count. So drafted rookies have a special place because they could win you an extra reward. Picked up rookies are accessible because there are sometimes a rookie that catches fire. You want to add them to your team, but you just couldn't in the past because you just couldn't pick up a rookie. Whereas this year moving forward, you can pick them up. You won't win the Calder prize if they win it, but at least you can add them to your team for the playoff push, etc. So that should also open up the player pool a little bit more. All right. So we're going to do the draft lottery, right? And how are we going to do it this year is a little bit different than what the past commissioner did. So he used to have a big spreadsheet of a bunch of different combinations, etc. And then, or he also put golf balls and drew them in a bag. Even though I was there to like audit and verify the experience, I still didn't know what the fuck was going on. So this year we're gonna make it a little bit easier. As a demonstration, this is what I did in other leagues. Basically, we assigned the odds to kind of the teams that were active or eligible for the draft, and we put a player sprite and we watched them visually go across the screen. This was a demo, so whatever you see here is not the actual draft. This is just a mock one, but you can see we assigned Cam, Cal, Christian, and Bradley to each player sprite, and the odds have been set equally based off of what's in the Constitution. So Cal has 50% odds. Christian had he had, let's see, based off of the odds, 25. Bradley had 15. Cam had 10. And based off that, we ran the simulation. And whoever crossed the goal line first is the number one pick holder. And this is only for the first round. All the other rounds moving forward is always Calvin first, then Christian, then Bradley, then Cam, and then the rest of the teams based off of the rankings. So in this mock draft, Christian won, but it doesn't matter, doesn't count, just a mock. And a copy of this replay will be made accessible to the league, so you can clearly rewatch it at your own convenience, see to watch the results over and over if you wanted. So with that said, let's run it for the real draft. So we have Calvin, Christian, Bradley, and Cam. We set the sprites. Everything is kind of the default of what we normally use for each league. And we're ready to run it. So let's go. Good luck to all GMs. All right. We have Calvin in the lead. Look at that massive lead. Calvin is favored to win, so I'm not surprised with that quick start out of the gate. Between all the mock drafts I've had is neck to neck between Calvin and Christian. So it looks like Christian has caught up. Oh wow, Christian has taken the lead. Yeah, but it's not how you start; it's how you finish. So we've got Christian and Calvin again coming down neck to neck. Calvin has overtaken Christian. Oh, Christian has taken it back. Back to Calvin. Who's going to take it? This is for most likely Bedard. Calvin is going. Can he keep up the lead? Will he take it? He's almost there, 5 yards away. Will Christian catch up? Oh, he's making it spicy. Can he do it? Who's going to take it? Who's going to take it? It's going to be Calvin. Holy, that was way closer. Way closer than I thought it'd be. And yeah. Ooh, it is. As we wait for the other GMs to finish up like they do in the fantasy season, we're just going to chill and let them cross the line. But congratulations, Calvin. You have the first overall pick, and you will be on the clock when the draft starts. But trades are open to everyone. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat or DM me directly. But congratulations, Calvin, on the first overall pick. And yeah, may the odds ever be in your favor. Happy 10th year, GMs. Hope you're having a great July 1st, and we'll catch you next time.